What's up, guys? Kate Wilson here to make you a wrestling discussion video on a feud that I think that would be very good for the United States Championship. And I'm thinking about the feud between the current United States Champion Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger. And the reason why I picked Jack Swagger is because Antonio Cesaro, ever since he became U.S. Champion, he's been talking about how he's better than all Americans and that Americans are fat and lazy and they eat unhealthy and that he's just overall better and he's an overall better United States champion than everybody else and one of the best they've ever been. And so far, Antonio Cesaro said that he needs more American competition. That all Americans, they're afraid of him. And I know recently on SmackDown, he fought Ted DiBiase, but I mean, Ted, he's like mid jobber, mid card status. He returned not too long ago, and he's just basically spent a lot of his time on WWE superstars. So I mean, that wasn't really a legitimate opponent in my opinion. But he should be, high mid card. But WWE, they dropped the ball on him. So I think that Jack Swagger would be an excellent opponent with him because I mean, come on, he's the All-American American. And I always thought that Jack Swagger would be a great United States champion ever since he left ECW when ECW was done and they had a new show NXT. Because Jack Swagger being a U.S. champion, it would fit well with him. And I always look at certain guys and then you think that certain belts fit certain people, and U.S. title would be perfect for a guy like Jack Swagger. And Jack Swagger, he's the perfect opposite of Antonio Cesaro, and that the crowd could start having the USA chants, and that could be in Jack Swagger's favor, and he could be, a pretty decent baby face, It'd be almost a way to repackage Jack Swagger because the guy, he is a former World Heavyweight Champion, and for some reason, WWE, they saw something with this guy that they thought main event status. And I always thought that when he became world champion, it was pretty random, It wasn't, it was like out of nowhere, you're going to be the world champion. And ever since then, he's been downhill, and then he's been United States champion, and then he has no feud with anybody with the title, and he goes down, and he affiliates himself with Dolph Ziggler. It's not really one clear direction that Jack Swagger has. And yeah, it could be copied a little bit off of Kurt Angle's gimmick when he was in WWE currently right now, but I mean, most gimmicks, the good gimmicks, are used already, and Jack Swagger, he can use all the help that he can, and like I said, him feuding with Antonio Cesaro would be great, not only for both these guys, but for the U.S. title and overall, because the one thing that with WWE that they have problems with is building up these titles and really giving these titles meaning in feuds. I mean, look at The Miz. I mean, he was the Intercontinental Champion, and really he had random matches for the title. They didn't really have like one clear feud with that one guy. I mean, currently right now, I think they're doing Kofi Kingston, but still, they're really missing that strong feud that they used to do in the past with the mid card titles. I mean, I remember way back, with Booker T and the late Chris Benoit when they had the feud. Like, what was the match? What was it like? Best out of seven, I believe. Yeah, the best out of seven series. In almost every pay-per-view and every SmackDown, they would face each other for the U.S. title. That was something that they need to do with these mid-card titles. Have feuds like that, And yeah, I think overall, yeah, it just helped both guys out. Because Antonio Cesaro, I've noticed a lot of times he doesn't get a crowd reaction, and maybe with feud with Jack Swagger to really liven things up, with him and elevate Cesaro. Because I see potential in Cesaro is just WWE's they need to use him well. I mean, they're doing good with him having those promos and having these matches, but a feud with Jack Swagger would be a very good feud. A lot lengthy feud so that Cesaro would be known as the U.S. champion. People would know who this guy is. And yeah, with Jack Swagger, it would just help him out. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro feud? Your thoughts down below. That could be something that we're planning too, because I mean, Jack Swagger, he left because he thought that he could be better than what he is, because he was on a losing streak. So maybe that's be happening. Maybe Jack Swagger will eventually feud with Cesaro and return as a babyface. Why not? But let me know your thoughts down below, and if you subscribe up above. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, and by the way, video responses are always welcome. I really wouldn't mind seeing some video responses. Peace.